Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. For the next few minutes, I want you to just think of me as your personal mentor. We are going to take all that nervous energy you might be carrying around and completely transform it into an undeniable, commanding presence. Today's masterclass is all about breaking down the habits, the mindsets, and the physical cues of extremely confident people. We've pulled some really incredible insights from our source material, and we are going to build your self-worth from the ground up. So let's just dive right in.
Right out of the gate, there's a foundation that dictates literally everything we're about to discuss today. It's this idea. If you want something, move like you already have it. You see, commanding a room doesn't start the second you walk through the door. It starts with your mental baseline long before that. You have to act as if you already possess the wealth, the confidence, and the authority you desire. Our sources really emphasize that if you think, feel, and say something out loud, it actually begins to manifest. So before you even leave your house, you have to start moving with that commanding energy.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with building your inner foundation, move into mastering your external presence, talk about navigating intimidating social rooms, go over setting boundaries and detaching, and wrap up with your daily confidence checklist. All right, section 1, inner foundation, building from the inside out. Because the undeniable truth is, bulletproof self-assurance has to be cultivated in private before you can ever command it in public. I want to start by asking you a pretty heavy question. Who are you when nobody else is around? To build real confidence, you need to spend time alone. You have to discover who you actually are without all those external influences. When you grow up as a people pleaser, man, it is so incredibly easy to lose your identity and your trust in your own decisions. You start thinking something is only a good idea if someone else validates it first. We've got to break that cycle. You do that by spending time alone, looking within, and learning to trust your own intuition when there's literally no one around to compare yourself to. That journey of self-discovery translates directly into a private morning routine. Step 1 is speaking affirmations out loud in the mirror. I know it might feel a little silly at first, but looking yourself in the eye and saying, "You look amazing, everything always works out for you," literally rewires your brain. Step 2 is executing a meticulous skincare and grooming routine. Treat yourself like royalty. Take your vitamins, floss, dress up a bit, even if you aren't leaving the house. Because when you look your best, you feel your best. And step 3 is to intentionally make what we call hot choices all day long.
So you're probably wondering, what exactly is a hot choice? Well, it starts by just asking yourself, what would the absolute best version of me decide to do right now? If you're feeling a bit lazy and want to stay in your pajamas, the hot choice is getting dressed. If you're craving greasy takeout, the hot choice is cooking a healthy, nourishing meal for yourself. It's actually a really fun, powerful way to motivate yourself. You are essentially method acting your way into your new confident identity. You role-play the best version of yourself until eventually it just becomes who you are.
Moving right along to section 2, external presence, projecting real authority. Now that the internal groundwork is laid, this is where we eliminate those physical tells of insecurity. There is a massive difference between nervous energy and commanding presence. When we're running on nervous energy, we get tense. Our pitch shoots up, we start speaking really fast, and we use upward inflections. You know, where every sentence sounds like a question. It makes you sound incredibly unsure of yourself. Commanding presence is the exact opposite. You want a lower tone, a much slower pace, and downward inflections. When you end your sentences by dropping your pitch, it shows you mean business. Psychologically, it literally makes people perceive you as more authoritative and important.
So how do we actually lock in that commanding tone? Through vocal breath control. Here is a highly actionable exercise straight from our sources. First, take a large, deep belly inhale. Next, exhale while making a low meditation hum. Not some high-pitched, tense hum in your throat, but a deep, resonant, relaxed vibration right in your chest. Using this deep belly breath relaxes your tense vocal cords, which completely eliminates those social anxiety tells, and it naturally lowers your speaking tone. It's a game changer for projecting your voice with total authority.
As you're changing how your voice sounds, we also have to change the actual words you use. I'm enforcing some strict rules on your language starting right now. We are absolutely done using self-deprecating habits that lower our perceived value. If you bump into someone at the grocery store, please do not apologize for your very existence by shrinking down and saying, "Oh, sorry." Just say a polite, firm, "Excuse me." If you're running a few minutes behind, instead of pleading, "I'm so sorry I'm late," flip that script to assertive gratitude. Try, "Thank you for your patience." And when someone compliments you, just smile and say, "Thank you." Stop batting those compliments away.
Right alongside that rule is this one, and it's a biggie. Stop over-explaining yourself. Look, if you need to set a boundary with a client or tell a friend no, you do not owe them a 5-minute backstory and a ton of context. True confidence is being direct and being entirely comfortable with silence. Unfortunately, I'm not available is a complete sentence, period. Just say it and let the silence do the heavy lifting for you.
All right, section 3, intimidating rooms, commanding any space. Now that you sound and look the part, it's time to step into exclusive environments without seeking anyone's validation.
Whenever you walk into a new space, there are some strict rules of the room to keep in mind. First, be unimpressed but not ungrateful. It's fine to admire nice things, but do not act like you're auditioning to be adopted. Desperation is highly visible. Second, never overshare or trauma dump. Be warm, be witty, but leave a little mystery. Third, hold your frame. Remind yourself that you belong in that room simply because you are standing in it. Fourth, no fawning and no flexing. You don't need to stroke anyone's ego or aggressively prove how great you are. And finally, know when to gracefully exit. A really smooth exit before a conversation drags on is just as powerful as a clever entrance.
Now, if you want to infiltrate new social groups, you have to show genuine curiosity, not desperate clout chasing. Here's a great networking hack. Reframe your conversations. Stop asking the standard, boring, "So what do you do?" Instead, try asking, "What are you most excited about working on right now?" It sparks a much deeper, far more passionate conversation. Plus, it immediately positions you as a peer who is actually interested in their mind rather than just sizing up their job title. This whole mindset really boils down to one simple rule. If you act like the help, you'll be treated like the help. If you act like a peer, you'll be respected. You inherently belong in any space you stand in, for sure. But if you want to be remembered, you have to hold that frame. Walk in with your head high, make strong eye contact, introduce yourself warmly, and act like a true peer. Next up, section 4, setting boundaries and detaching with calm. This is the protective phase of our explainer, because as your confidence grows, you will inevitably encounter negativity. Let me introduce you to a truly brilliant concept from our sources. It's called the purple shirt theory. Imagine you're walking down the street and someone aggressively shouts at you, "I hate that ugly purple shirt you're wearing." But you were wearing a lovely green shirt. Are you going to go home and cry about it? No way. You'd look at them like they're crazy, and you'd probably just laugh because you know for an absolute fact that your shirt is green. That is exactly how you need to view all false insults and negativity. When you are entirely secure in your identity and you know your own value, negative projections become completely irrelevant because you already know the truth about yourself.
So, the absolute crucial takeaway here is this. Stop taking things personally. People are quite literally walking projections. If someone is treating you poorly or projecting their own negativity onto you or making you feel like you have to force a connection just to prove your worth, you are simply in the wrong environment. The way people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. Forcing connections with folks who don't naturally value your existence, that is a massive waste of your precious energy. And that brings us to the art of detachment. You've got to elevate yourself so high that the petty stuff is just beneath you. Stop forcing those misaligned connections, let go of that tired people-pleaser mindset, ignore the gossip. If a friend calls just to tell you someone was talking behind your back, your only response should be calm detachment. Drama is beneath you. Checking an ex's followers is beneath you. If a situation or a person is not elevating your aura and adding real value to your life, you simply do not engage. Protect your peace at all costs. Finally, section 5, your daily confidence checklist. This is where we bring everything we've talked about together into a definitive, rapid-fire routine. Starting tomorrow morning, here is your daily action plan. Number 1, speak those mirror affirmations out loud every single day. Hype yourself up. Number 2, dress and groom meticulously to show self-respect and start making those hot choices. Number 3, project your voice. Remember the belly breath, lower your pitch, and use those downward inflections. Number 4, eliminate the word sorry when you are just taking up space. Be assertive. And number 5, treat other people's drama and gossip as completely beneath you. Elevate your aura. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. Will you stay insecure, constantly lowering yourself and limiting your life, or will you do the work to be confident, trust your own intuition, and grab every single opportunity you actually deserve? The choice is entirely up to you, but I think we both know exactly which room you belong in.
Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.